여기 완전 범죄를 계획하며 살인을 저지른 자가 있습니다. 범인은 증거를 훼손하고 자신의 흔적까지 지우는 치밀함을 보였습니다.
It was a very, very brutal, very deep cut. To me, it just felt like pure rage.
There's no explanation for why it's like that. He was trying to hide stuff.
흔적도 없이 사라진 범인. 계획적인 완전 범죄의 결말은 무엇일까요? 2017년 사우스캐롤라이나 31살의 린지는 지역경찰서에서 기술직으로 근무하고 있었습니다.
Our office has a shower at it. So she would hit her morning workout, she would get into the shower, she'd blare this loud music and get ready, and she'd be sitting at her desk, 8 o'clock, beaming and happy and ready to go.
바쁜 일과 속에서도 자기 관리가 철저했던 린지는 동료들도 인정한 근면 성실의 아이콘이었습니다. 그러던 어느 날 평소와 다른 분위기가 사무실을 맴돌았습니다.
And on this Tuesday, the team came in, and there was no music, and there was nothing in the hallways. At 8 o'clock, she's not sitting at her desk, and that isn't right. It's not Lindsay.
린지에게 연락을 해봤지만 응답이 없었고 걱정된 동료들은 그녀의 집으로 찾아갔습니다.
They show up, her car's in the driveway. Being law enforcement officers, they touch her car to see if the engine is hot. It's cold. That means the car has been sitting there for a while.
동료들이 들어간 린지의 집 안에서는 인기척 대신 불길한 소리가 들렸습니다. 소리가 들리던 곳은 바로 욕실이었습니다. 그리고 그곳엔
So they slowly pull back the curtain, and then that is when her coworkers see Lindsay laying in the tub, coffin style, with a huge 6-inch gash to her neck.
It was a very, very brutal, very deep cut. It seems very personal. To me, it just felt like pure rage. To me, it just felt like pure rage.
그렇게 린지는 누군가에게 잔인하게 살해된 상태로 발견됐습니다. 신고를 받고 출동한 경찰은 먼저 시신의 상태부터 살폈습니다.
And as you come up to the bathroom, she was laying in the bathtub. She had some gym-type shorts on. She did not have a top or a sports bra on.
경찰은 사건 현장을 샅샅이 조사했습니다.
As they make their way to the back door, they notice it's ajar, and it looks like someone has forced their way inside.
The entryway towards the front of the house, there were a ton of groceries spilled all out onto the floor. She didn't get a chance to even put them in the fridge, and that was,
현장 상황으로 보아 피해자는 범인에게 기습적으로 공격당했을 것으로 추정됐습니다.
But then when you go into her bedroom, there's jewelry in there. Her cell phone was found, things that, people could steal but didn't.
피해자는 상의가 벗겨진 채 살해당했고 도난당한 물건이 없는 것으로 보아 경찰은 이 사건을 성범죄 살해 사건으로 판단했습니다. 그렇게 집안을 둘러보며 사건의 전말을 파헤치던 중 깨름직한 물건 하나가 발견됩니다. 그것은 바로
Our crime scene was able to find some pieces of latex gloves, like the tips had been torn off or ripped off.
손가락만?
찢어진 건가?
범인은 지문을 남기지 않기 위해 라텍스 장갑을 사용한 것으로 보였고
전문가예요, 뭐예요?
미심쩍은 단서들이 연이어 발견됩니다.
Investigators find clothes that are still wet in the washer inside Lindsay's house. And so the theory starts to become whoever is responsible for this tried to destroy any kind of DNA or any other kind of physical evidence that might be left on the clothes.
흔적을 지운 탓에 용의자를 특정할 뚜렷한 단서는 발견되지 않았고 피해자의 시신이 물에 잠겨 있어 구체적인 사망 시각조차 알아낼 수 없었습니다. 사건은 이대로 미궁에 빠지는 걸까요? 그런데 이때 그녀의 사망 시각을 추정할 수 있는 결정적인 단서가 발견됩니다.
When Lindsay started working at the sheriff's department, she was overweight and she wanted to do better. And so we started walking every day after work, and then we were walking, jogging, and then jogging and running. And then at some point, she found a personal trainer and started to work on judo and weightlifting.
진짜 노력했다.
Lindsay was so attuned into her health and her food.
린지는 1년간 꾸준한 운동과 철저한 식단으로 무려 58kg을 감량했습니다.
We thought that maybe it could tell us what her last steps were. When did it stop recording? Had she gone to the gym? Had she worked out? Were there steps, coming from home? Like, when did this stop? When did it start?
경찰이 피해자의 사망 시각을 파악할 수 있었던 결정적 증거는 바로
In the same room where her body was found. We found her. We found her. That was removed from her body. It was placed on the counter. Found the Fitbit sitting up on the counter in the bathroom. Lindsay's last steps were registered, right before 9 o'clock that evening.
린지의 스마트워치는 전날 저녁 9시를 끝으로 더 이상의 움직임이 기록되지 않았습니다. 경찰은 스마트워치에 기록된 정보를 토대로 린지의 사망 전 행적을 조사했습니다.
We have her leaving work. We have her going to work out at the gym. And then we have her leaving and going to work.
마트 CCTV에는 피해자의 마지막 모습이 고스란히 찍혀 있었습니다.
And you can see her walking through the aisles.
Doesn't look concerned, doesn't look like someone's following her, isn't looking over her shoulder, just going about her day. You see her checking out, and off she goes.
마트를 나선 이후에도 그녀가 누군가를 만나거나 연락한 기록은 발견되지 않았습니다. 사건 당일 린지의 행적에서 특이점을 발견하지 못한 경찰은 피해자에게 원한 관계가 있는지 알아보기 위해 그녀의 신상을 조사했고 곧 그녀가 7년 전 결혼한 사실을 알게 됩니다. 린지의 남편은 38살의 제이슨이었습니다. 그녀가 사망하기 전까지 두 사람은 별거 중이었습니다.
Advised him that Lindsay was found deceased, and he immediately let out a big wail and said, "How did she die? Was it a car accident?"
경찰은 슬퍼하는 제이슨에게 사건 당일의 행적을 물었습니다.
He was really exhausted. His foot was hurting, so he came home. He took a pill and something to make him sleep. He watched something on a streaming device and fell asleep.
남편 제이슨은 정말 사건과 무관한 걸까요?
Like many streaming services, if you don't hit any buttons, a lot of them will just continue and autoplay the next episode. And that actually, when we started checking into it, could go on for hours.
OTT 재생 기록만으로 제이슨의 알리바이를 믿을 수 없었던 경찰은 그의 휴대전화를 추가 조사합니다.
He uses his phone all the time. He texts all the time. All of a sudden, he just goes dark for this whole period surrounding her death.
경찰의 의심을 받자 제이슨은 사건 당일의 알리바이를 입증할 행적을 진술했습니다.
He'd gotten up early that morning at 6 a.m. and he wasn't feeling well, so he had to go get some shaving supplies and he had to go get some medicine at Walmart.
마트 CCTV 영상을 확인하던 경찰은 의문스러운 장면을 포착합니다.
But then you see him pull his work van up to another car on the outskirts of the parking lot. And he gets out. You can see him walk to the other car. He does something. We're not sure what it looks like. He's taken the license plate off of the vehicle. He gets back in his work truck and leaves the parking lot.
제이슨의 수상한 행동을 면밀히 조사한 경찰은 제이슨이 번호판을 뗀 차량이 그의 소유임을 확인했고 마트 주차장 한 구석에서 CCTV 속 번호판 없는 차량을 찾아냅니다.
We had crime scene search the car to make sure there's any forensic evidence, then they could collect that. And us that he had dry shaved, and that's how he got the scratches on his face. These weren't they weren't typical scratches from shaving. They weren't cuts.
Her fingernails had been cut very, very, like we call it to the quick, but very, very short.
Lindsay's fingernails had been trimmed at the crime scene, and there was no fingernails found at the crime scene.
그리고 피해자의 손톱이 발견된 곳은 바로 남편 제이슨의 차 안이었습니다.
They found clippings that they thought might be fingernail clippings in the floorboard.
아내 린지의 집에 숨어있던 제이슨은 귀가한 그녀를 급습했고 린지가 자신의 얼굴을 손톱으로 핥히자 린지의 손톱에 남아있을 자신의 DNA를 없애기 위해 그녀의 손톱을 깎아 증거를 인멸한 것입니다. 이 과정에서 튕겨나간 린지의 손톱 일부가 제이슨의 옷에 묻은 뒤 그의 차량 안에 떨어진 것이었죠. 제이슨은 왜 별거 중인 아내 린지를 잔인하게 살해한 것일까요?
She had been separated from Jason for 11 months and was 1 month out of her divorce being finalized.
별거 후 혼자 살며 삶이 더욱 윤택해진 아내 린지와 달리
Jason is in the process of being evicted from his apartment.
His car is close to getting repossessed. He's maxed out his credit cards.
경제적 압박에 시달리던 제이슨은 위기를 극복할 방법을 생각해냅니다.
If you are still married at the time of someone's death, you potentially and most likely will get all those assets. Jason Lee would have gotten the proceeds from the house that she had on the market for sale.
그렇게 린지의 재산을 탐낸 제이슨은 치밀하게 계획하고 실행에 옮겼지만 결국 사건의 전말은 밝혀졌고 그렇게 제이슨은 아내 살인 혐의로 기소되어 가석방 없는 종신형을 선고받았습니다. 지금까지 아내의 재산을 탐내 살해하고 완전 범죄를 계획한 악랄하고 잔인한 아내 살해범 사건이었습니다.
더 즐겁게 더 라이브